I'm Brian Beasley and I'm your District Governor for 9650, our little patch of Rotary in New South Wales. Today's a first because I'm inviting you to the Celebration Rotary Conference on the second weekend of April this year, 2013. Life is full of firsts. This is probably the first time that you will have been invited to a Rotary party via YouTube, and it's certainly the first time that you'll have been invited to a Rotary Celebration Conference in a personal and electronic way. So let's do it. Right now, you're invited to celebrate the work of Rotary that your club and district have achieved in this Rotary year. You know, so many times I visit our clubs and I listen to wonderful speakers. I hear of your great projects, and sometimes I'm privileged to hear overseas speakers with a great message, and I wish that you could be in the room with me. Your club contributes part of over $1.5 million to the communities in our District 9650. But that's just part of the story. What about the countless hours that we give to our communities, to the people that we mentor for the next generation? You know, the work of Rotary is endless, and we do all this work in the hope of getting, not thanks, but just making the world a better place. You hear it all the time, but it's real to real Rotarians. I've sat in the Rotary and World Community Services team meetings. We call them RORCs. What a great bunch of dedicated Rotarians. They muster people to tend to overseas work in teams. They fix, they educate, they build for some of our not so well off island neighbours. I've watched the development of the YEPers, the Rotary Youth Exchange students, as they go through their exchanges, short term from New Zealand and of course the international program as well. Have you ever heard of all these stories being told in one place? Well, you can in a few months. Just think for a moment about your club and your members. Not how many there are, not their ages, but the friendships that you hold with them. Can you imagine walking into a building with hundreds of friends just like them? When was the last time that you had a speaker fly in from Hong Kong just to speak at your club? Or had a future thinker, a past Rotary director, and yes, a Kiwi, but please don't talk to him about the cricket or the rugby. Just come to you and ask you to have a drink before dinner. And when was the last time that you were asked to an international dinner where you asked to represent a particular country, invited to eat fabulous food from around the world, to have an evening of international entertainment? You've guessed it, all this and more will be at the 9650 Celebration Conference in Taree this year. Now, as you've probably worked out, I'm on fire about this conference. Your team in Cluster 4 have been working for over a year just to bring the conference together for you. The venue at Club Taree is first class. Air conditioned, wonderful speakers and wonderful views over a wonderful golf course. The local tourism hotspots have arranged everything from a boat trip down the Manning River to an art and craft trail that will have you amazed by the artisan skill. So how does this work? Let me work you through it. If you like seafood, then spare a little time for a holiday break, and the Thursday night of the 11th of April is the time when the Great Lakes Rotary Club and our good friend Rotarian Noel has seafood for you. Noel is an outside fisherman. He's selecting the best fish, prawns and oysters just for that night. For those of you who don't eat seafood, of course there'll be a Butte chicken alternative. Friday, that's your day off to look around the Manning area. Maybe it's a quick trip to Foster and have a look at some of the ocean. The afternoon has the hotly contested golf and bowls tournament. Make sure you book in for those if golf and bowls are your favourites. Your district team will be selecting the next district governor to follow on from Greg Moran that afternoon, and there'll also be the Rotary business session. I've selected this date for our celebration conference because it's the first weekend of the school vacation, the second week of April. Time for a little R&R. Friday night's an opportunity for you to meet up with some friends, old friends and new friends. The welcome dinner is a sit-down, casual affair where we get to hear from the Group Study Exchange team, the GSE team, and also to recognise those clubs that have been vying for some of the district trophies. Oh, and we finish off, of course, with some dancing. Saturday sees the conference in full swing. The official program starts off at 9 a.m. sharp. Be seated for the spectacular, and I mean spectacular, opening ceremony. The day will be highlighted by visiting speakers, yeppers, and many of our talented Rotarians. You'll be amazed by Dan, Mr. Postie Bike himself, and you'll see the work of many of our Rotary programs. We'll finish in time for you to have a little bit of a snooze and a shower, ready for the international dinner with food and dress from all around the world. But I'd like you to put some special effort into this night. I'm asking you a favour. I would like to ask you to dress to a theme. Any country, any nationality. You may have visited Asia, Italy, Mexico, even Australia. Whatever takes your fancy. Dress up, throw on some colour, throw on some bling, and let's have some fun on the Saturday night. Me? I'm going to be wearing my kilt, complete with my sporran and ski and do. The food and entertainment will flow flexibly all night, and the chef is sourcing food to reflect the international flavour of our Youth Exchange, GSE and Friendship Exchange teams. Sunday sees the Rotary Master Chef breakfast held at the club. There's no need to book brekkie at your motel. You can come and see our own Rotarians in action. If your club thinks that they can cook up the best bacon, eggs and snags, you bring your barbecue trailer and show us your stuff. We'll supply the ingredients and we'll all have a great breakfast on the Sunday morning. Let District Secretary Ray know if your club would like to be part of the Master Chef breakfast. Sunday is special. The Yeppers take centre stage. The Dutch GSE team, they tell us their story, and Peter, our guest from Hong Kong, he tells it like it is. And woven through the program is our special guest, President Tanaka's personal representative, Stuart Hill. Friends in Rotary, you will never view Rotary the same after you've heard Stuart speak. One final request. Many clubs have hosted youth exchange students over many years. Have you ever asked, where are they now? What have they done with their lives and what are their stories? We've invested in their lives, but many times we let them just move off. We don't make any real attempt to keep up with them. You and Rotary have made this investment. I'd like you and your club to find out where the past outbound youth exchange students from your town have gone. What are they doing now? Where are they working? And I'd like you to invite them back to the conference. I'll guarantee them a position in the opening ceremony. I'll guarantee them some time to tell us their story. Just imagine the stories they'll have to tell. You never know, they may even want to join Rotary. Now the final word, of course, must go to my wife Heather, because it's a topic that even I'm not brave enough to tackle, and that's what clothes should you wear? Guys, for me, it's going to be smart casual, and I'm going to wear a tie for the opening ceremony, but for the balance, my club shirt will be just fine. And of course, on the Saturday night, the kilt. Now ladies, I'm going to ask Heather to come and join me, and you listen to the First Lady, and she'll give you a little bit of advice on what she thinks would suit you for the conference.
Hi everyone. As Brian said, smart casual most of the weekend. Friday night there's a little bit of dancing to go on if you wish to, so bring your dancing shoes. Saturday night is going to be a fun night and we want you to have fun. Dress up. Go a bit quirky if you have to, but let's have some fun with our international theme. Pick a country, get dressed, and...
You're going to tell us what you're going to wear?
No, I think you've said what you're wearing, the kilt, and I'm going to keep mine a surprise.
Okay. All right.
And we'll see everybody there.
We'll look forward to seeing you at the Rotary Celebration Conference 2013, Club Taree, April 11th to the 14th. Be there.